What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Wednesday. This is your midweek motivational video. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys made it halfway to the weekend. You guys, I hope you guys are staying motivated and goal-oriented. I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far, on purpose as always. I hope you guys are staying positive. I don't know where you guys are right now, but where I am, it is a little gloomy. It looks like the sun wants to come out. I always have a tendency of wishing for the sun to come out whenever it's cloudy, and Tyrone makes fun of me because it actually happens, and I always tell him that I have a conversation with God and God listens. He doesn't believe me, but it always happens. So in any case, I hope you guys are staying positive. I've had a busy week so far. I've been feeling a little blah the last couple of days. But for the most part, I've been doing pretty well. I hope you guys are staying encouraged as well. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about being... I touched base on this before about being fearless, but I feel like I need to continue to talk about it because there's so many people who go through fears, especially when it comes to anxiety, which I have long suffered with. Thankfully, I'm nowhere near what I used to be. I still have some slight anxiety, not much, some, but it depends on the circumstances. I used to be so bad that I would have anxiety just thinking about having an anxiety attack. And if you guys out there, deal with anxiety and things like that, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I used to be on medications for it. I mean, to the point where I wasn't able to sleep and I had to take Ambien, and I was a mess. And I was always worried about being worried. I was always worried about getting an anxiety attack. I was always worried about being embarrassed when I did get an anxiety attack or a panic attack. I would always feel like nobody knew what I was dealing with. Nobody understood where I was coming from. And it's when you have someone, or when you're with someone, or when you have a friend who doesn't go through what you go through, you can't, you want them to comfort. You want some type of comfort. Like I know with my best friend, Jalixa, you guys know, there were times where I had such bad anxiety, I would just literally just lean on her for however long I needed to. And even though she didn't suffer from anxiety, she understood that I just needed comfort at that moment. I didn't need her to sit there and tell me a million reasons why I shouldn't be feeling that way. She never told me if down. That's one thing that you do not want to tell someone who has anxiety, to just relax or calm down. Because it's hard if you don't go through it yourself, it's really tough to just tell someone to relax. Because in their minds, there is no relaxing. You're in fight or flight mode. And it's just, it's chaos, but it's all in your head. It's nothing physically wrong with you. So that's why you got to be careful when you are, dealing with someone who has anxiety, because it's a very touchy thing, to tell them just relax, or, because then it can make it even worse by saying, how are you going to tell me to relax when I'm feeling all these things and I feel like something's wrong? And, so it's good to have a support system who may not know what it feels like, but understand what you need at the moment. So I am thankful that I have had a huge support system around me in the many, many years that I've dealt with this. Even to this day, I have a tight circle who understands that, things happen. I go through anxiety sometimes. I worry too much. And honestly, the most that they do is pray for me. They pray for me. They understand when I need comfort. They hug me. They tell me I'll be all right. They tell me to focus on things. They never tell me to just relax or, just don't worry about it, because it's a sensitive thing. So, anxiety and fear are like friends. You know what I mean? So when anxiety happens, fear creeps up, and then the fear takes over and continues to make you anxious. And I personally don't take any medication for anxiety anymore. I really don't. I have learned how to naturally suppress it. I wouldn't say suppress it. I have naturally learned how to deal with it, because you don't want to suppress it. You want to feel whatever it is that you're feeling, deal with it, face it, get through it. Don't just suppress it, because it can kind of make it worse. So I've learned deep breathing exercises, stretches, meditation, prayer, binaural beats, white noise, things like that help calm the mind and calm your nerves. A couple of other things that I do is I do see holistic doctors. They do have holistic supplements that help with nervousness, anxiety, sleeplessness, and it doesn't have the effects that medication does. You just have to allow your body to get used to it, and it naturally helps your body do what it's supposed to do. It doesn't cover it, doesn't take over. It helps remind the body of what it's supposed to do. I drink a lot of, like lavender, chamomile teas, stress relieving teas, which are all natural herbal teas. I used to have a really bad caffeine intake. Now I don't. Even the kind of coffee that I used to drink used to give me anxiety. I drink organic coffee now. I'm very mindful of that. Sugars can also do it. I have organic cane sugar. I don't use regular sugar. When it comes to eating things, like I don't, people have some weird eating habits or things that trigger them. For me, to be honest with you, raw white onions give me anxiety. I don't know what it is. It's the chemical balance in my body. It just triggers, it just does something I can't have it. So I'm very mindful of what I eat, because that really does play a part too. Like what you eat, what you indulge in, what you drink, it can cause anxiety. Drinking can do it. I barely ever drink anymore. If I do drink, it's wine. I don't even drink hard liquor anymore. So, you got to understand what your triggers are when it comes to anxiety. You have to understand that the fear that you feel when you have anxiety is a mental thing. And you kind of have to remind yourself that you've been here before. You know what this feels like, and you've gotten through it. And that is how I have gotten through a lot of my anxiety attacks, is to remind myself that these are familiar feelings that I have felt in the past with the same type of symptoms. And guess what? I am okay. So I just want to encourage you guys out there, with anyone who is going through anxiety, fears, or anything like that, please understand that you are okay. You're not alone. People go through this every single day. I urge you to do your research on natural healing. There are tons of books out there, and articles on how to deal with things. I get a lot of things from Google, Pinterest. I've read a lot of books. Again, binaural beats is something that you can listen to. You can find tons of them on YouTube. Just listen to them, meditate. Even if it's just laying on the floor, just listening to it, it's really a calming way to get yourself back in order. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy these videos, you guys. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Again, I have a really busy week, but I am always and forever grateful for you guys for being here. Do me a favor, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. Have a great day on purpose.